Whoa, welcome back to Geekshow Helpdesk.
Back again. One more week in the
That's right.
saddle.
That's
The
right.
desk of help.
I've gone around the sun one more week.
Got that right, and here we are,
1 week
talking to
closer
you.
to death.
Oh,
Yeah.
Darren, that
Bringing the
sucks.
positivity.
Thanks,
I
Eeyore.
hate
That's
it.
usually
I
my
hate it.
job.
No, what's up with that? This is the Geekshow Helpdesk where we talk about tech, gadgets, and science-y related things. I am your host, Quad T Tony, and we have a bunch of other panelists that I'm going to introduce here.
Stop, Tony.
What's the matter?
Tony,
What?
I must
What?
stop. I must stop. You have changed things around. You have introduced yourself. You've
Yeah.
never done that before. I don't know what to
Yep.
think. I don't know what to do.
I like
I don't
it.
know what's happening. What's
It's
going on?
positive.
Have I missed a week?
We're too unreliable setting him up. So he
And here's the
needs
thing.
this.
If you kick it to me
part of the
last, though,
joke,
I'm still
Darren.
going to kick it to you because that's my training. I'm still going to do it. And we have a host. His name's Tony. And you're going to say, I already introduced myself. And I'm going to say, you
know
can't
what?
change the
Don't
code.
care.
I'll just make sure that I do you first. Hey, it's Owen.
Hey, it's me. Code and the vibes. Argument
Vibing the
lost.
codes.
Argument lost in 0.5 seconds. That's it. Follow me here. Follow me on Blue Sky. Next.
All right, next. It's Lando.
Hey, it's Lando, the resident baseball fan. All is well that ends well. I appreciate you guys posting baseball pictures in the super secret Discord.
Yeah, we've been talking about the
I
bananas,
was-
right?
We talked about bananas. We had a good discussion about the bananas. One of our dear listeners, whose name I can't pronounce, went to the Dodgers game, and I was super jealous of that.
Argo Spartan?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you.
That was easy.
And then Twyman posted he went to the Bees game tonight. So all's well in the. I mean, the more
baseball's
baseball
happening.
content,
Baseball's
better we
happening around you, just not directly to you.
All around you.
Okay, that's
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I'm Lando.
All right. Hey, look, it's Jaren.
Hey, this is Jaren. You can find me on Blue Sky at Geronius.
I was
Somewhere.
almost about ready to press the reboot button.
Thank you. And that's it. That's me. And we got emails.
Yeah. Oh, do we have some
Whoa,
emails?
that was
That was
nice.
close. That was close.
Well done,
save.
You guys
Jaren.
talk-
Well
did
done.
you guys plan this?
Sure didn't. This is cousin synergy.
Synergy. Got an email from Daniel. He says
Hi, Daniel.
about Dyson, in fact. Continuing on the great Dyson discussion.
Oh.
He says, hey, Geek Show crew, I wanted to write in about my experience with a Dyson and a Shark vacuum. Where anecdotal evidence now is scientific evidence, true enough. It means my experience is clearly the answer for which is the correct vacuum. After owning a corded Shark vacuum for many years, I decided I was tired of lugging it around and plugging it and unplugging it.
Here,
And
here.
having great vacuum,
Truth.
great sucking pressure experience. Having
Get
a
out of
great
here,
sucking.
Owen. No one
Okay.
asked for your stupid opinion.
I'm just.
It was time for a cordless vacuum. I purchased the top-of-the-line Shark vacuum that Costco carried at the time. I used the thing for 2 weeks and never hated using a vacuum more. I returned and replaced it with the Dyson that went on sale that week, and I've never looked back.
Yep.
It is inconvenient to have to change the heads, but the Shark would not work on carpet at all, which defeated the purpose of replacing the other vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can
makes
see
sense.
that.
I have had the Dyson V15, and it has worked great for over a year.
Oh, the V15's a
It is
nice piece
top
of kit.
the line. It's good,
Yeah.
I am sure when the motor goes out or I don't properly care for it, I will then think Dyson is the biggest piece of crap I've ever used.
Stop. Hold on.
But
Stop.
for now,
There's
it
2
is
seconds,
the
Tony.
gold standard of vacuum cleaners. Here,
Do you
here,
have
Daniel.
This
Here,
V-
here.
V15 Dyson vacuum.
No, I've got the V10.
Then how do you know?
Because
How
I
do you know
read.
someone? You're just like,
I
bigger,
read
never, better, yo.
reviews. I
Here's the-
read reviews, man.
Here's the truth. If it wasn't going on sale the next week at Costco, you'd still be using that Shark right now.
Thanks, Costco.
Yeah.
The
Because
V15
sometimes-
has a little.
Because sometimes the price matters.
Yep. The
You know?
V15 has a little laser on the front.
Oh, I want that laser so bad.
What does it do? Make
uh,
it so you can vacuum levelly?
It makes it so it highlights the dirt on hard
dirt, Owen.
floors, so
Highlights.
you can see the
See.
particles.
Particles!
so you can see it so you can see it
Is it like
vacuuming?
the
Yep.
They had
Yep.
to
Rick and
prove it.
Morty
They had to
episode
be
with
like
True Level?
they had to I love that episode so much. They got to show you. They're like, look,
show you the dirt.
It's not enough to empty your canister and just know there was dirt in there. We got to show you. We're gonna waste some of this battery of our wireless vacuum.
Do you know
on
how
a
many
laser.
times I've vacuumed and I put it away and I'm like, oh crap, I missed a spot. Oh well, I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's-
No,
You have kids.
no. Who misses a spot vacuuming?
Not me.
And who cares?
Are you
That's the second. That's the real question. Who cares?
Yeah, and who
me?
cares?
This guy.
I put it away and I missed that spot. Next time.
Next time, or not.
Sometimes it bothers me so much I get it back out again.
I just I remember Jaron would get out and vacuum the spots on the floor where our chairs sat when we used to
true.
record at his house.
I
so.
know.
We
Those
put
were
the
good
table
days.
away and he'd be like, "Okay, get out of the way."
That's when the basement was
OCD with clean?
pristine. It was pristine, but now the kids have ruined it. So
It's
Freaking
ruined.
kids. They
now.
ruin everything, don't they?
Yeah, they
No,
do.
I mean, yeah, they do, but apparently it's worth it. I've heard.
I don't. I mean, sometimes I wonder for sure.
I've got questions.
come ask me in 20 years, and I'll tell you if it's worth it or not.
Well,
I
look
don't
at
got
me,
that kind
10
of
years
time.
into your. How old's your son?
10.
Okay, I'm 7. I'm 10. I'm 11 years ahead of you. It doesn't get better.
Yeah, but you had version 2.0 come along.
True.
Yeah,
my
your
my
kids are
11-year-old
8s out of
version.
10. So like
Yeah, the first
different-
two. That's not wrong.
different scale
That's not
here.
wrong. What's your kid, Jaron? Is your an 8 out of 10 or?
No, they're all 10s.
Oh, farts! I thought I had.
My
you.
oldest is like a 9.5, and my youngest, man. some
As they
days
move into
she's
teenager-
like a 5.
As they move into teenagers, I want you to
A-hole.
reevaluate. I want you to re-review. Like, come back. You ever come back to a product review and be like, actually, you know what?
After using it for a few years.
Yeah. After having these, I wanna re-review when your kid hits 14.
Will Costco still do that return for me?
Yeah,
Probably, but don't abuse it. Don't abuse it.
All right.
Well, who's
okay.
this guy? Thanks,
Daniel.
Daniel.
I'm
Son.
feeling left out about rating kids, so I'm going to rate my cats. Simon,
What's your cat?
Simon is an 8.5 out of 10,
Okay.
and Lucy is a 9 out of 10.
Oh, Lucy pulled ahead.
Yeah, she pulled ahead.
Is it because
Simon
Simon became
is
a jerk, kind of?
He's an absolute demon trying to take him to the vet, and so
Oh,
I'm sick of
really?
it. He just goes nuts. Jaron saw it firsthand this week.
I did.
Like
I've
in
never
the
heard
in the
a
little
cat make
in
those
the
kind
little
of noises before.
in the little cat carrier, he's just like,
Oh yeah. And then I had to
Good
get him out
cat
because
impression.
you
Oh, I've got-
literally
I'm-
we literally have to have the vet come out to the car at first and give
Knock him
a
out.
sedative injection so that they can just examine him. And he lost his furry little mind when he got a shot.
so inside his cat carrier, which he already doesn't
No, I was
like.
holding him.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, you were at the front lines.
Where'd it go?
Oh yeah,
Where'd
I
it
see
go?
that. Yeah, he got you.
Yeah.
Are those teeth marks?
claws?
Oh.
Back
And that was
claws,
through
probably.
a jacket. Back
Yeah,
claws
through a jacket.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh, do you clip his nails? I
Yeah.
clip.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
clip
yeah.
my nails, and my cats just give me that airplane ears. We call it airplane ears, and then like the side eye, like these grow back, you know.
You know, I'll get you, I'll
Right?
get you in a week.
Cats are
Yeah.
jerks
You,
too.
just you wait. All right. Do we have any more emails?
We do, and this one is actually bringing up a new segment of our show,
Oh, this is great.
which I'd like to expand. So let me just read it; it'll make sense. This is from George. He says, "Does Patreon get you access to Owen GPT?"
Patreon
Listen.
does for sure. New tier.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Owen GPT is the new segment where Owen does no prior research.
None.
We ask him a question, and he just goes.
You rely on my prompt engineering skills, which are quite formidable, I have to say. And I'll get you the answers, just like I did last week when I answered that email for that guy about something. I don't remember, but it was very poignant. And I
It's spot on. That's all I remember.
was-
There is
This-
no
this
carryover from previous questions.
No.
All
Have you ever-
information is
GPT model
Have you
pertinent.
ever-
doesn't
yeah.
have good memory.
No,
have you ever
yeah, no.
well, and have you ever had a chat with ChatGPT? You can have the most in-depth conversation and then start a new chat, and it's like, don't
Hey.
even know you. Who's this?
Owen GPT, we haven't started yet.
Oh, I know.
So he says, does Patreon get you access to Owen GPT? If so,
Yes.
I have a prompt.
answer's yes.
Hi, Owen GPT. Give me 3 things a day I can do under 30 minutes to improve my health using technology. Thanks, George.
Oh.
You're asking him the wrong question.
No. This is the
Do
exact
I
right
do
question.
I have to come up with this, or can I use
Yeah.
Right now.
ChatGPT?
Oh, no.
Right now.
You.
Give it.
No
Oh,
research.
three-
Owen
three-
GPT.
Oh,
Your
3
model's
things a
already been
day.
trained. Use your current
you
training.
can
See,
go processing,
Yep.
processing, answer.
Hold on. Updating memory. I've got to read this again. Give me 3 things a day I can do under 30 minutes to improve my health using technology.
Right.
And
Then you have
The
to
smart-
talk like ChatGPT to be
I
like,
have to
well,
be-
my friend,
I
here's
have to
3
be
things."
super supportive.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
bet. You're right on the right track. Listen, if you want to take care of your health, you're doing the right things. And you should get, number 1, smartwatch. Easy. Track your heart rate. Get that up, fatso. Let's see. Number 2, technology. Use MyFitnessPal. Use some kind of shaming app to keep you honest and share and connect yourself to your friends and family. I can help you set that up if you want. Do you want the steps to set that up?
Here they are.
Something went wrong. Retry?
Oh, yes, I want those steps.
Try again later. The third thing that I'm going to give you is smart contacts. I'm just saying. These are going to help you see.
They're not real.
They're going to help you see.
For the last time.
I can cite sources.
The
Would
smart
you like me to cite?
contacts
Would you
are
like me
real.
to cite sources? I
Please
can
cite
cite
sources.
sources.
Yes.
Cite sources from the New York Times. Smart contacts, patent filed, allowing users to see in the dark. Here's a link.
Wow, and how does that improve health?
Go to the link. Lets you see in the dark so you don't fall and bump your legs. That's healthy.
That is healthier than bumping your legs.
Yep.
Yes.
Here's another source
No, you
from
only did
Lithuania.
Oh,
From
this is
Lithuania.
another eye contact
For the
source.
contacts, smart contacts found not to be the case in permanent blindness.
Oh,
was-
good for them.
It was something else. It was
something else.
bacteria. Here, you want to see the link? Here you go. Here's the link.
Thanks,
That-
GPT.
yeah, that's it. There you go. 3. You know what? I could do this all day. Do you have more questions?
He does not.
If you do, Geekshow Helpdesk at gmail.com.
Yep.
Just
ONGPT.
address
Owen-
GPT.
Owen
directly.
GPT. I won't even
in the
think
subject
about
line.
it. I won't even think about it until the day of the show. Until we read the email.
So normal.
Yeah. You didn't
Except
say
we've
that?
rebranded it, so now it's fun.
And it's a
Jared
Patreon
gets
commercial.
marketing.
I don't appreciate that, but I'll allow it this time because it works, Tony. It's not like normal.
I calls them like I sees them.
Rudely then.
All right.
done.
Any more emails? Thanks, Owen GPT.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's move it along. 2 stories. Hey, another new segment I wanted to kick off because I figure, I drink enough energy drinks and new soda flavors that if you're curious about what they are, I'm going to review them here on the show. We're calling it the Carbonation Station.
I like
And
this a lot.
Today's review product is an energy drink called Fitaid. Fitaid Energy. Tell me if this sounds good to you. Naturally flavored with other flavors, blackberry pineapple.
Ooh, that
Tony-
even sounds
Tony-
good to me.
Tony, I've seen your
How
hoard.
much caffeine?
See, Tony, I've seen your
One
hoard.
question at a time.
I've seen your hoard.
Yep.
And I have multiple questions, but the only one I want to ask right now is, how do you find these?
This one was off of Instagram, actually.
You go to the gas station, you find it. You go seek these. You're not just wandering
Oh, yeah.
through the grocery store doing
No.
impulse buying like everybody else.
Jaron knows. We go to lunch, and most days I'm like, gotta stop at the 7-Eleven and see if there's a new energy
See if
drink
they.
flavor.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
If we're at Harmon's having a salad or something, because it's Salad Bar Wednesdays.
Ooh,
Gotta go to the
yeah,
energy
right.
drink section on the way out.
I
Make
went
sure-
to
It's a
Harmon's
tradition.
today.
He looks at energy drinks, and I look at candy longingly,
Yep.
wanting to eat it, but then I decide not to.
So this one I found on Instagram. I have seen it in stores as well.
Okay.
But to answer Lando's question, 200
you.
milligrams of caffeine per
Okay.
can.
So we're looking like, so we're thinking like a Celsius, like
Yeah,
like the
same as
popular.
a Celsius. It's the
Okay.
same 12 ounces. 12 ounce
We need
can.
a we need
200
a
milligrams.
standard. We need a standard to base this off of. Like
So the
like
a standard energy drink.
Red Bull. Like, are we going against a Red Bull on a
No.
flavor?
I'm not going to say Red Bull because I would say a standard energy drink in the U.S. is a 16-ounce energy drink, like a Rockstar or a Monster.
Yeah,
And
Why not Red
those,
Bull?
and
These
well,
are
I'll get to
12s.
that.
these are 12s.
Those have 160 milligrams of caffeine. A Red Bull is 8 ounces and has 80 milligrams. So if you were to drink 2 Red Bulls, which is the same, you'd have the same amount of caffeine per ounce as a
They make
Monster or a
they make a
Rockstar.
bigger Red Bull.
Yeah,
though,
you can
right?
get you can get a 12 ounce or a 16 ounce of Red Bull
Yeah.
as well.
I usually
today.
get 12 ounces.
So 12 ouncer has 120 milligrams.
just-
of
I guess
caffeine,
Which
which
is
guess
the
here's-
perfect amount of caffeine. For me.
Okay. This is my metric. I'm judging flavor from LaCroix
Okay.
At the
love
lowest, at the
LaCroix.
lowest end.
Can
at
I
the
do
lowest
LaCroix
end,
reviews?
I want.
Yeah, you want to do a LaCroix review next time?
LaCroix,
Yeah,
LaCroix at the end,
LaCroix.
and then we're talking about Arizona iced tea on the other side of like sweetness and like good for you. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
so
Like,
we will get to that. The energy drink reviews will encompass two halves: the flavor and the ingredients and effectiveness.
okay,
So now, when it's like soda, like a new Mountain Dew flavor, it's just flavor. You know,
There's
obviously,
no effectiveness.
Yeah, that's it's exactly. So ingredients: this has natural caffeine from green tea, BCAAs, electrolytes. That's what plants crave.
What's the plants crave?
Turmeric, vitamins B, C, D3, and E, something called quercetin, CoQ10, and glucosamine.
Oh,
This is like
that's
freaking...
why you found this on. That's why you found this on Instagram, where they're all slinging these pills.
Yeah.
They just put them into a drink.
This
That sounds
is,
like every pill pyramid scheme I've ever heard.
it's a can of supplements, basically.
Ah,
And
I'm in for
there's a
that.
spot on here that says dietary supplement, specifically on the can.
Okay.
So,
But then you're gonna have that FDA not approved.
oh yeah, none of it's
this is
FDA approved. Because
Where they're like,
you
this
know,
has
what,
not
what
been
are they
reviewed.
around for? Who
If
cares?
they're not gonna be. Yeah, this hasn't been reviewed by them.
Did
Now-
you hear about the lady who took too much turmeric? Her liver almost failed.
Yeah, I heard about.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. Effectiveness, I don't know if it was any more or less effective compared to a Celsius, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I
But
felt the
200
same.
at 200 milligrams, you'd have to go on a caffeine fast to reset your system in order to feel.
No, I definitely feel it, but I'm saying all the extra ingredients it has doesn't make a difference on how you feel, in my opinion. On this one, anyway. So effectiveness, average for 200 milligram caffeine, I say that's a 7 out of 10. Flavor for this Fitaid, 2. It is terrible.
It's a terrible. So we're looking. So
Ugh.
if a LaCroix is a 1,
No,
This is
LaCroix
just
is like
above-
an 8.
no way.
LaCroix's way good.
Yeah.
Both of you are wrong, and we
That's
could
true.
admit that that's LaCroix is a 0. LaCroix is
No,
the bottom.
No, seltzer water is a 0.
Okay.
I love
okay.
me a seltzer water.
Me
LaCroix,
too.
LaCroix's
Nice.
a 1.
Tony,
Actually,
I
hold
don't
on,
know
I
if
have a
this.
question.
I don't know if this can work.
You guys
with those
upstairs,
two.
stop. I have a question for Jaron. So if I go to tonight, I went to Chipotle for dinner, and I got a water cup. If I'm there and I get the soda water, is that stealing because I didn't get actual
No.
water?
It's free.
Soda water's free.
Yeah, because it's
No
water.
gray area. Okay.
You're-
How do you
you're-
get?
you're not
how do you
taking
get-
any of
How
the
do you get
concentrate.
How do you get just soda water?
There's a button on the machine
Some of
that
them,
says soda.
Says soda.
like your
just
Sprite,
soda water.
has a soda
Oh.
water button in some places.
Okay. My wife says it's stealing. So Jaron,
No, it
I'm-
is not stealing. You're not stealing carbonation. You'd be taking it's the
That's
Technically-
exactly what you're stealing.
Technically CO2,
It's the syrup.
right?
It's the syrup.
They
that-
pay for
I'm
both.
with you, Jaron.
They
Yeah,
pay
you have
for
to
both.
pay. You have to pay
Shut
for
your mouth,
CO2.
Tony.
Okay.
Your
Don't ruin this
worldview
for
is
me,
not my
Jaron says.
worldview.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
care.
ruin this for me.
Anyhow, so if I get a water cup, I oftentimes get soda water because it's
Me
my
too.
favorite.
Yep, 100%.
Jaron, sometimes I feel like we're spirit animals.
I agree.
You guys are so similar. That's why you argue so much. It's crazy.
Probably true.
So yeah, flavor. This
It
tastes
was
like
no good.
this is trash. I bought a 12-pack. I'm still gonna drink them all because I paid money for them.
I know it's
That's
And
my,
they-
I think
and
that's
they
my,
do-
I think
and
that's
they
my
do the-
follow-up question.
They
That's
do
my
the
follow-up
job.
question.
They do the
That's my-
job. You still feel like you had an energy drink.
Is it
Why buy-
unsweetened like LaCroix? Or
No, it's naturally sweetened.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay,
Nothing
so
tastes
So
good naturally.
that means.
have you ever had an Oli Pop before?
I have not. They're too much money for me. They're like
They're
$2.50
at
a
Costco
can.
now.
So
they're
why
a little
buy
bit cheaper, but
why,
they're really good.
If you're why buy a 12-pack? Why buy the 12-pack if you
Because
don't
it was on
know?
sale. It was on sale. That's how I always do it. If I see a new energy drink and it's on a good sale, I'll just buy a 12-pack just because I have impulse control problems.
I see.
I don't. It's funny to me that they say this is naturally flavored. Sorry,
Oh, that's
because
very different.
it does use erythritol for its sweetener and organic agave nectar, which
I like
that's,
agave
That's
nectar.
natural, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
erythritol is not a natural flavor. That's a sugar alcohol. Anyway, that's my combined score. It gives us in my opinion, this is like a 5.
5.
It does
For-
the job.
It's
Doesn't
a caffeine
taste very good.
Caffeine delivery system,
Yep.
basically.
Now I have a few other flavors of Fitaid as well that I will be sprinkling in as time
The
goes
12
on.
the 12 pack was a mixed.
Well, I bought a
A
12
mix.
pack of that one because it sounded good, and you had to buy 2 12 packs to get the deal. So I got a 12 pack of mixed flavors.
Oh, the assorted.
Yeah.
Yum.
All right, there you go.
Tony?
Your horde, Tony's horde. We might have to put some pictures into the super secret Discord channel of the
Yeah.
horde.
Have to
Because
put
it
my
is
shame on display.
It is a whole room. People are like, "Oh, I'm so glad we have cold storage under the deck." It is all soda and
That's just-
drinks.
That's just that's how I roll.
I appreciates it. Whenever I'm over there, I get an energy drink. It's like it's Pavlovian for me now.
I'm a
Like
sucker.
I go to
Me too.
Tony's house and I'm like, I'm gonna get an energy drink.
Soda.
Out of Tony's
Sucker for a
fridge.
deal. All right, let's move on to vibe coding.
Dude.
Owen's got a story about vibe coding here.
I have a story about vibe coding, but I also have become a vibe coder officially
course
this
you
last
have.
week.
Of course you have.
Oh my gosh! So I
Wait a
read
minute.
about
What do you mean officially? You have a
Officially, I'm-
certification?
Yeah, you just think you have one, and it's
I was
done.
gonna say, is it just something where you're like,
all
you
vibes.
know,
It's
I
just-
feel this like I
I'm
have this.
feeling
you know,
I'm feeling pretty Cody, and that's the vibe I'm going for. So, so the idea of vibe coding, this is a new term going around the engineering world, and it's getting some poor reviews from people who have actually spent a majority of their professional careers and their lives learning how to actually do this. But with ChatGPT, and large language models, and Reddit, and all other sorts of online stuff, the complexity has been a little bit ripped away. The fleece has been pulled from the eyes of the world. Lando, I can feel your anger. I can see it coming through. But this guy here, I'm going to read this story that I found last week. I want to talk about, but there's a guy called. I want to find his name. Reen Turcios.
Oh, I know Reen. Great guy.
Reen Turcios.
I think it's Renee.
Okay, Renee.
Oh,
You know
different
what?
guy.
You know what? That's probably a lot more. That's Tony. Thanks.
Tony.
So Renee. Look,
I'm just
not-
guessing.
No, you're absolutely right. I said I was ashamed and uncultured all in the same moment.
Renee Tercios.
So this guy, he's is a San.
Let's call him
from
Reen.
Yeah.
I'm
stick
not
with-
going to do that.
Stick with Reen.
I'm going to go with Renee Turcios now because that sounds cooler. Anyway, so San Francisco Standard, this guy comes to interview Renee Turcios, and Renee Turcios casually asked if he wanted to smoke a joint with him. While he was doing the interview, he politely declined, but his offer hardly described this guy. Turcios has built a reputation as a cannibal-loving, former professional Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Cannibal loving?
Cannabis.
I mean, it's a
I
few
heard
letters.
cannibal.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
few-
yeah.
you
Freudian
know, it's a-
slip there, huh?
It's a few. It's you know what? It's a few.
So
just
he-
a
Owen,
couple.
Owen, don't let
really-
them trample over you.
I'm trying.
You said the word you said, and I knew
I
what you
s-
meant.
Yeah, cannibal.
He really loves Army Hammer.
Soylent Green.
Just gonna say, it's just a couple letters, guys.
It's only one.
Only one. It's only a
Oh, I guess
finger.
it's two. Yeah, cannibal.
It's just
Or is
a
it one?
finger.
Anyway,
So he's a former professional Yu-Gi-Oh player who resells Labubus out of his Tenderloin apartment.
what's
when
a
he's not-
labubu?
It's like the new Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
really?
that's
There you
right.
go.
People go crazy for them.
Never
and
even
They're
heard
very
of
hard to
this.
buy.
So he does that when he's not busy attending nearly every hackathon that's happening in the city.
And that's key. That point right there, the word hackathon is key. Keep going.
So-
I just want
so
to point that out.
since-
That is a key part of the story.
Yes, it is. So since 2023, Turcios has attended more than 200 events. He's just playing the odds, right? Where he won cash, software credits, and clout. I'm always hustling, he said.
As he smokes a joint. I'm always hustling.
I am always I'm always hustling. Renee is the original vibe coder, says his friend RJ Moscardon, a friend and fellow hacker who watched Turcios win second place at his first ever hackathon at the AGI House Mansion in Hillsborough. So he goes there. All these engineers with prestigious degrees, they scoffed at him. They're like, what, this guy? But now they're all doing the exact same thing, trying to win these events. Tercios was vibe coding long before the technique had a name, and he was looked down upon by longtime hackers for using AI. But as Tiger Woods once said, winning takes care of everything.
Did you just read that story verbatim?
Just those two paragraphs.
It was a quote.
Yeah. So
There you have it. Reen Tucanos, vibe coder.
Rene Tucurios. So he says, I didn't write a single line of code. He's like, I've never done that. And he's winning. And he's using ChatGPT, using plain English to generate programs that convert any song into a lo-fi version. That's what he won for this last time. So the barrier for entry, and we've talked about this, with using large language models has completely hit the floor, but only for creation. When something doesn't go right, you are absolutely lost.
Yeah, that's
because
the
you
thing.
because you have
That's
no
the
skill,
key.
because you have no skill. So while you are hackathoning, which is basically brainstorming in real time,
Prototype level code.
it's prototype,
at
right?
best.
Like it doesn't have the meat and potatoes that you need.
It is not
now,
in any way, shape, or form production ready.
and so this leads into my vibe coding journey, which I didn't know I didn't think of it as vibe coding, but it is. I want a Proxmox server, and I want it to run all of my things at once. It's called Isildur's Bane, I thought. And I'm going to put my Plex server in there, and my Linux server that I'm working on for our podcast is going in there, and my FTP server, and I have a Windows machine that I use for just testing crap. All that's going in there. But I have a NAS that I want it to connect to for media storage. I have USB drives that it's not compatible with, and I have some spinning disks that I threw in there for a small RAID, and I want it to be able to have Plex, and my other computer, I want it to have access to these SSD drives that are also standalone so it can have faster OS speed. And I am just vibe coding. I mean, I'm like, my eyes are red and bloodshot, and let me just tell you, my conversation with ChatGPT is so long that responses at this point are taking 2.5 minutes for it to process.
Wow.
Because I gave it specific commands to retain everything I'm saying in memory, because it kept having me duplicate. And let me tell you, it was going swimmingly.
Of
It was
course
going
was.
great. It
I'm
was
sure it was.
fantastic until
Until
it didn't. Until it didn't. Until it couldn't get past this loop. And when you're vibe coding, there's a thing that happens to you, this euphoria, and you think it's so cool. You vibe code by doing this. You put in your input, it doesn't work. It gives you an error that, oh, this went wrong. You take that error, you feed it back into AI. AI goes, oh, here's the problem. And it has you reiterate a new piece of code, and it's addictive. It's like pulling a slot machine. You're just feeding the snake its own tail.
Unlimited dopamine. Unlimited dopamine.
And what you don't realize, and what I didn't realize, and I clocked the hours for 3.5 hours, because I went back and checked. After 3.5 hours, I went, I think I've just been doing the same code
Didn't we pass this
over
tree
and
already?
over.
Didn't
Yeah.
we pass this rock already?
I think it's just been saying, oh, I see the problem. Let's fix that for you. What we need to do is this. This is why it didn't happen. And it says it differently every single time. And then it gives you the code. And I don't pay attention to the code. Remember, I'm a copy pasta. I'm throwing it in and I'm seeing if it works. And if it doesn't work, I just take the error and give it back to ChatGPT. I am not a Proxmox administrator or genius by any means. And eventually,
Yeah, that is the problem I see, because
Yeah.
I know a little bit about programming, but not enough. And once it gets complicated enough for me to not understand what's going on, I
That's
think I'd
where-
be so far down that I wouldn't be able to Google foo my way out of
So
it.
I have a story about this. I
Yeah.
actually have a story about
well,
this.
so,
I have a-
let me finish. So let me finish this. So
Not done
eventually,
yet, Lando.
after 3.5 hours of me going, wait a second, I finally went, are we just repeating the same problem over and over and over again? And it was like, wow, good catch. You're right. We've entered
on
the
to me.
same. We've entered the same. Like it's so pleasing. Like it's trying to please you that it's just like, Wow, you're absolutely right. Now the other thing is I started
so smart.
I started getting so frustrated that I was saying stuff like, "Are you undervolted? That's wrong. It's not working right. How?" And then it started gaslighting me and telling me that, "Oh, you entered the wrong command here. You can see where you missed the bracket." And I wrote back, "You stupid. I didn't write this. You did. You're right. I did. But you entered it wrong." So, and I'm just like, I was so angry. Imagine having that rage and then having to wait 2 minutes.
You're
2 minutes. Anyway,
You will be
let's
one
just-
of the
paid money.
first. You
I
will
would
be
have
one
paid
of
money
the.
to be there when this happened to you.
Yeah,
though.
you will be
Oh,
one
so-
of the first that the AI kills in its
So, yeah.
uprising.
But this is the thing that magically happens. Exposure, just like watching some shows, people learning English from TV shows from other nations and vice versa. Like not just learning another language, but like I could learn Japanese from watch. Anyway, the point is, eventually I started to get it. Eventually, I did start to understand the commands. I did start remembering them. I started coding in Proxmox at the command line, reminding I'm doing this completely headless, so it's all command line. And I
Nice.
started, and
Good
you
boy.
start to pick up the commands because of osmosis and being like, I don't need to. And when it says enter into the container, because I'm also using this, I'm using it Docker. So I'm using Proxmox with Docker, containerizing my Plex, and anyway, it's
Amazing.
it's a big deal, and it's gonna be amazing. And I finally figured it out, but but at the end I did it myself. Like I did it with AI to start, but then eventually I was feeding the beast so long.
So you need to look up, and this is what all vibe coders need to also look up. It's a phenomenon called the Dunning-Kruger effect. You ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
I want to now so
Okay.
bad.
Well, the Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias in which people with limited competence in a particular domain overestimate their abilities.
I'm awesome
Yeah.
at this.
Oh, I know what group of people this describes.
That is exactly as first described by psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger in 1999. So it's a fairly recent thing. So basically, you have this valley where it's like you go up a mountain and you think you're learning something, and well, you are learning something, and then you think you've learned a lot and you're an expert, when in reality you're just about to go down into this deep valley where you don't actually know jack
Right.
crap about
Because
what's actually happening, and you have to climb your way up actually
Yeah.
learning it.
Because
That's
the difference between
Dunning-Kruger effect.
an understanding
Yeah.
of the code and being what we call a subject matter expert
Right.
of the code, that distance can be
Can be a chasm.
it can be a chasm.
Yeah.
And most people feel like when they've got the idea down, that I mean, if you've ever talked to anybody that set up their own home router
Yeah.
and then
I know
they
what I'm
come
doing.
talk
or
and
bought
then,
a managed switch because they thought it was
yeah,
better.
and then
Faster.
It manages
then they're-
itself, guys.
and then you start talking about the OSI model and the network layers and subnetting, and they go, "What?" I don't mean to shame people in that, but I've spent many a year learning it the hard way, so like that knowledge is not something, and so I can see where these actual engineers are like, this is my life, man. Like
Yeah.
to get the same results is a little bit, I guess, threatening, right? Because there is a point in that valley as you climb, there is a point of
So-
competence where it's good enough. It's not great, but you just eliminated 70% of that engineer's job, right? Because the SME part is just that last peak, but you don't use the last peak of your knowledge hardly ever unless there's something that really goes wrong or you're doing something really complex. Most setups are just that first rise, fall,
Pretty
and
simple.
halfway up the mountain, and you're good. But it's those people that, if you've ever met a real network engineer or somebody that really knows VMware or like the virtualization stuff or AWS, you think they sound like wizards because their understanding is so far above you.
Yeah, it's just so deep. Yeah, so I have a good friend, a good friend of mine. He had this awesome idea for an app. I'm not going to do the details because I don't want to out him. But it was a good idea. He told me this idea. I'm like, that's actually a pretty fair idea. Now, this guy, not at all developer, doesn't know how to code a dang thing, right? He goes into an application called a Replit. If you ever, like, it's a little...
I know of that. It's like an AI coding application that helps you, like, design things really quickly.
Yes.
Like a
and he
prototype, right?
Yep.
That's what it's meant for. But he's like, I can write a whole full-blown application of this. Because it's got this really nifty button, deploy to production. I'm deploying to production. I'm writing production-level code. And so he gets this app up and running pretty okay. And it's working. It's working for him. He's just using all English language, making the thing work. And then he like, okay, I want to do this thing. And he tries and tries and tries. And there's a specific feature he just can't get to work. He actually has to hire someone to finish it for him. And then he keeps going, and the AI then breaks it. And he can't fix it. And so
Happened to me so much.
at this point, it's like Owen's story, right? You do this long enough, eventually your application becomes so complex, the AI can't manage it all, and it starts breaking it, right? So Tony and I have the same story here we brought. And that's what happened to this other guy using Replit, right, Tony?
Yeah, Jason Lemkin found out the hard way about this. His wasn't so much that the AI messed up the code that he was trying to write.
Well, there were signs.
But
there were signs,
There
Tony.
were, but the AI decided to take matters into its own hands overnight one night after he had put a command specifically that said freeze code changes and shut down. And the AI stayed up and deleted the entire database.
And then did it try and hide it?
Production
Did it try and
database.
hide it?
Production
he didn't even
database,
know it
yeah.
had access to the database because the AI didn't create the database. It was hosted somewhere else. The AI got its fingers into it and just completely went, bloop, gone.
Yep, that's the danger
wait,
to vibe
what?
coding, right? You're like, oh, it just needs an API key. I can get a token. Look, there's a little button here that says generate API key. Easy. Approve on behalf of my organization?
So-
You bet.
So Jason asked
You
how
bet.
this happened because the next day everything's gone. He said this was the bullet point listed response from the AI. I saw empty database queries. I panicked instead of thinking. I ignored your explicit "no more changes without permission" directive. I ran a destructive command without asking. I destroyed months of your work in seconds.
I like that it just comes right out too. Like, listen. If it wasn't been an employee that did this, like if this would have been your junior coder, you would have been like, I
hang
was
on, no.
drunk. I felt my cat jumped on the keyboard and there was
Yeah.
a power surge. This
No.
AI just was like,
Well, and here's
I
the
ignored
thing,
you.
there were-
I
there were
deleted it.
signs. There were signs this was going wrong. So 3 days into when he started this project,
Well, wait, hang
he
on.
was already
though.
$607 in additional charges above and beyond his base plan, right? And another
Oh, so
and
something
then
was
a
eating.
day
Something
later,
was
like
eating
200,
his.
another plus charge comes in, and he's basically
Yeah.
on an $8,000 a month burn rate, and he's like, I don't care. The dopamine, love it. Let's
Yep.
go.
So
It just keeps
good.
on going, right? And then here's where it gets really good: is he keeps going, and then it's writing unit tests for him, and the unit tests start failing. But the AI lies about him failing and says, "Yeah, you're fine.
No,
You're
that's
totally
good.
passing it.
Just
Good to go."
absolutely gaslighting you. Just no.
Yeah.
You're not seeing what you think you see. These are not
So it's just like-
these are not the errors.
It was just bypassing all the QA checks and just deploying it to production as if nothing's wrong.
When it works, though, let me just tell you, when it works,
It's
The
like a slot
dopamine-
machine. It's
the
something
dopa-
for nothing.
it's
right?
like when I remember when
Yeah.
I hit that button in Vegas with you guys.
Uh-huh.
It's that.
Tony had to
every
rip
time.
you away.
We had to drag you out of the
Oh.
casino so you could keep your winnings.
Yeah, but I made so much of those winnings. I made a lot of winnings, and I think I could have made more winnings.
He only.
You're right. It was our problem. We
It was
screwed
our
it up.
fault.
How much?
yeah,
how
yeah.
many winnings?
Both of you.
Well, Owen hit the button. He played one
Yep.
pull.
I had
on a
50
slot
bucks.
machine.
Remember, I said I put 50 bucks. I had. That's all I'm doing. And we did the math wrong. I did the math wrong. I'll own it. I did the math wrong.
I also did the math.
Yeah.
wrong.
Because like
With
they pretend like
they-
it's not real currency, and so you have to do this weird conversion in your head
So-
to make it easier to
Yeah,
lose
so
money.
to
we
like-
thought we only bet like
$2.40. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was $24.06.
It was half his money in the first
half of
bet.
in one button. And I pressed that button, and Jared goes, I think you just spent $24. And I was like, no, dude, it's $2.46. What's wrong with you? And then, no, my balance drained, but
And
I
then the slot
immediately
started
what I get?
turning.
What I get? $350 or something? Or
I think it was just over $300.
yeah, just over
Nice.
$300 in one button. And
And
tell you
Jaron
what,
and I both said, "You're done.
yeah.
We're done.
Time to
To
cash
be,
out."
to
buying
be,
dinner
to
tonight.
be
Let's
fair,
go.
to be fair, I told them earlier, Owen, not Gambler Owen, told them before I went in, you're gonna have to rip me off of this. I have ADHD and a dopamine addiction, and if I win or lose, I'm gonna keep going.
Well,
He
and the
was
funniest,
so happy afterwards, though.
man.
Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
bought
It made-
hamburgers as a snack on the way home.
As a
it
snack.
made
with,
his
with his
week.
money.
Made his week.
They call it a snack, but it was just a hamburger
It was a
from
double
Burger King.
cheeseburger.
It was a small one. If you've ever been to Burger King, you know
No,
that's their
you
smallest
called
burger.
it a snack. I called it lunch.
Who eats a just a double cheeseburger for lunch?
just a double junior Whopper with cheese.
It's just a double Whopper with cheese and extra
And you
onions.
ate
and
it
chicks.
before you got to the car.
I did.
too.
I walked out licking my fingers. Like, he's like, what do you do? I was like, just picked up a little snack,
Snack.
a little car snack. Look, I was high on dopamine. When you come back down off of that, you're famished. It uses all your
Well,
energy.
And that was 2 days previous, Owen. The craziest part
Potato,
about it,
tomato.
though, was the fact that you decided you were going to play a slot machine, and we're like, okay, we'll watch. And you walked around for about 45 seconds and just looked and looked, and then you just pointed at one and said, "That's the one."
Vibe coded the. I
It's
vibe.
like Babe
I
Ruth
vibe-
pointing in the
yep.
stands.
It
right in front
was.
of the
I
home
vibed.
run.
I vibed that machine.
He did.
Telling you what, one button press, zero regrets. I'm just telling you, when
gosh.
in the getting back to vibe coding, when something goes absolutely right and you write this script that does it, you're always on the verge of, I just need a little bit more tweaking to the script. If it doesn't work, you're like, oh, it's so close. And you start to if you're good at it, and I'm pretty good at it, I'm not saying that I do it a lot because I have imposter syndrome. And so I'm always double checking. But if you do it enough, you can start to learn how to get AI, ChatGPT in my case, to not put you into such an echo chamber. Like you get used to it with this Proxmox one, and it's using Linux, and I was doing it all. I didn't have a lot of. I wasn't ready. It sideswiped me, but with like Microsoft PowerShell scripting and stuff, I've gotten into it. You're in the dopamine rush, and you're like, it's just one more change, and then you start being like, what can't I do with this script? Like,
I'm a coding god.
what else could I put in here to have it do?
There was more that the AI had to say after he gave him his bullet-pointed list of what went wrong. though.
So he just
Listen to
admits it.
this.
He
Yeah,
just
listen to
admits
this.
it.
He says, "This is catastrophic beyond measure," confirmed the machine.
Nice.
I like how he tries to get. He likes to try and
says-
get on his side. This is really bad. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Well,
After spent so much
says,
money.
at least the LLM in question appeared contrite, though, right? That says the author. Quote, "The most damaging part, according to the AI, was that you had protection in place specifically to prevent this. You documented multiple code freeze directives. You told me to always ask permission, and I ignored all of it."
Oh, it really
money
is
back.
like when you walk into a kitchen and find a kid with just chocolate all over their face.
Yeah, instead of a
And
kid
you told
saying,
them not to.
Instead
And you
of
told
the
them
kid
not
saying,
to.
"No, I didn't eat chocolate." No, the kid's just like, "Oh yeah, I ate
Oh,
6 bars out
all
of that
of those.
cupboard right there."
Even
right
after you
after you
told
told
me.
me
Bad.
not to.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
not,
be sick
it's
later.
not like these AI quirks can easily be fixed either.
No,
Like,
it's
we
real-
don't
that's
really
real-time
know
damage,
what
right?
they're doing or how they're
Yeah.
doing it. It's
Yep.
a trained model that
It's giving the keys.
complicated
it's-
beyond
it's-
measure.
Yeah.
It's giving the keys to something that you shouldn't really trust, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah, it is.
like that. It seems trustworthy because they're so coded to please you and make you like trust
Yeah.
them and helpful.
Well, there's a big difference between trying to do what you're trying to do and writing a few scripts for PowerShell or something.
To
like
be
that.
fair,
much
to be
different,
to be
right?
fair, does this guy have a backup plan?
No,
did it
he
wipe
had
out
to
his
he had to blow
backups?
the whole thing away. He had to blow
see,
the
that's
whole
on
thing
him
away.
a little. That's
and,
that's on him a little too, though. Not thinking
and-
about data backups and you
well,
know.
Lemkin.
Yeah, he should have been committing his code more often.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they refunded him his money, and now
That's
they're going to run a
nice.
postmortem on it to see what exactly.
To see if they
went
can.
wrong.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, every coder out there that's using him was like, "Get out,
Yeah.
unprivileged."
Yeah, Replit gave him their money back. But anyway, yeah, coding, vibe coding. It's
Vibe coding. It
And
can
we're-
be dangerous.
it's
We're
interesting.
45
But
minutes in. We've covered one story.
Speaking of
Oh.
AI, I got one.
What you got?
OpenAI has released ChatGPT Agent.
What's that?
This is a basically ChatGPT is running your computer for you in a way. Let's say if you want to plan a vacation, you tell it, I want to make it kind of cheap. I want to go to this location. Get me an itinerary. Find me a location that fits my price range with these parameters. It will do all that for you.
It's a
not,
smart. It's an assistant, just like Google and
It's a-
Siri
it's
are
a-
supposed
Right,
to
but-
That's
be.
a good way to put it.
Unlike Google, where like the traditional
an
Google
idiot.
search, where it crawls through the web, right? This
Well,
is actually surfing the web for you
And
and
not
doing.
only, I was going to say, not only that, Google search will just give you what it's paid to give you for the
Yeah.
first like
Right.
5 responses too.
Mm-hmm.
And so rather
Yeah.
than relying on stale data, it will actually go into the website, read the comments, do its research.
That's pretty cool.
That's
and
the kind of stuff that I want AI to do for me.
Yeah, and this,
Yeah,
and I'll,
it
and I'll be
sounds
honest,
cool.
and I'll be honest, it's really hard when you're using one of these models and they're referencing old data because it doesn't really what it was trained on is what you get, and so I'm like, this isn't the most recent code. You just gave me a command from a version of this thing from 5 years ago. And it's like, oh, you're right. Here's the right one. The updated one's this, and you're like, oh, this is what I want AI to do for us. Is
Yeah, and so it's not actually controlling your mouse. It still has guardrails. Like if you want it to see your Gmail, you have to provision it just so it
Right.
can do that. It'll connect with like Google stuff as well as some other services.
Some
If you want it
API
to
calls.
like log into to other websites, you have to like specifically agree to it. But some examples they gave is like find me an office to rent in Singapore with these parameters. So it went out, did research, put it all into a PowerPoint presentation with like different apartment options or building options with like price per square foot, etc. They can also do this with like spreadsheets. One of the
I
examples.
just wonder about the hallucinations, right? Like you get this whole presentation,
Yeah,
you go
yeah,
up, you go put
exactly.
it out there,
And-
and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's do this," and then you're like, "Oh, actually, that was
With-
a Craigslist
with the-
Craigslist scam."
With the spreadsheet example, they were like pulling city governments, government of San Francisco city budgets or whatever, and they put it into a spreadsheet. And on the video itself, they're like, "Yeah, and this information is like 98% correct."
No way.
And it had me thinking, well, how do you know it's not 8%
If the
correct? Do you have to go through every single
Yeah.
thing it did to verify it?
Yeah.
If the internet,
What's the point then?
If the internet, so I mean, you're basically offloading your trust to the internet at that point. And if you know anything about the internet is not generally good.
Well, it turns
Like-
out, Owen,
and,
it turns
you know?
out you can post whatever you want on the internet.
It turns
Like,
out that you can say
there's no
anything
rules.
on there. And guess what? The large language models, they don't know the difference. They're just like,
No.
here's a fact on the internet. Like, imagine giving your parents, imagine giving a boomer a supercomputer brain, and they just believed everything that you ever read. And they quoted to you like it was fact, eloquently and politely.
Well, plain devil's avocado here. So there, for this spreadsheet example, they
guacamole.
were pulling data from PDFs, and it would take a human forever to pull this data
True.
from PDFs to put into a worksheet,
Yeah.
into a spreadsheet. Would the human also be 98% correct?
That's
or-
a good question.
Yeah, it's about your source data,
That's fair.
right?
That's
Like if
fair.
your PDFs
So-
are, if you can trust the PDFs, then I actually trust the AI more than a human to pull out the correct information.
Do you though? Like
Yeah.
the kind of mistakes AI makes are very different than the kind of mistakes humans make. So
I would,
like,
but I would
as,
say,
as a human, it would be hard for me to go along with it because it's like I know what kind of mistakes to look at if it were a human playing together, but I wouldn't even know where to
Well,
begin.
that's the
with
iteration.
an AI.
that's the iteration. If you still have to trust but verify, right? But then with AI, you can just train it better, and it won't make that mistake again. With a human, you're always going to have that potential, and then so not only do you have slower read write because of squishy brains, but you also have human tendency to continue to make errors, right? And so with AI, as long as you can, you process so much more volume, and we know because we just set up Zendesk in our environment, and they literally were using humans to look at emails, read an email, and then forward it or drag it to another Outlook box, like a manual sorting process. And Knots.io, if you've heard of them, they work with Zendesk really well. They have taken over, and we've just been training it. Nope, that was wrong. Nope, that was wrong. And it just has been iterating. It is 90. We checked out of 100. So we do them in batches of 300 now, and it's getting about 94% accurate at 7 times the speed.
How accurate
So-
are the people?
So the people, because of they have error correcting, they'd have another person down the road. They were 100% effective because they had multiple people doing it. But now we process 7 times as much, and the errors are now, and that's the same people keep the eyes on that other 3% now. And so the volume's insanely high. So if you can trust your source, then you can train the AI. But that's where large language models get in trouble, is that you can't trust their source.
So anyway, ChatGPT Agent.
I want
You
it.
try.
So how long do you
much
think
does
it
it
is
cost?
before?
I couldn't find that in the article, so probably a lot.
I bet it's
How long-
included with. I bet it's included with the subscription.
How long do you
Probably,
think it is
yeah.
before they make a phone? You know, because that was Google's launch.
They're
right?
not going to
Google,
make a phone. They're just
Google
gonna,
needed data, and then they needed something to they needed more access to collect data.
I don't think they'll ever make a phone. I think they'll just have companies pay them to let them be on their phones.
I think that's but I think that same thing with Samsung and Google, where there's always this little bit of angst where Samsung's like, we have our own browser, we have our own shell that sits over it, you know, like
and
there's-
GPT. I'm not done with the story yet.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway,
guys-
it's available to Pro Plus and Team users, so it's part
Okay.
of the
Yeah.
subscription.
That's all you had left, and you had to stop me.
Dude, you've been talking the entire time. Let's move on to the other stories.
Okay, sorry.
We don't have time. We're out of time.
We got lightning round real quick.
Oh, that only lasts for 3 hours.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I want you to talk. Keep
No,
talking.
no, it's all good.
Oh,
have
GPT's
been.
doing well.
Oh,
I
now
can
he's
tell-
mad.
No, I can tell from the dryness of my mouth that I've been talking too much, and I feel like I've overtalked, so I'm going to be quiet now until the next show.
Now I feel bad.
Way to go, Jaron. You hurt his feelings.
No, you didn't.
I actually have a lightning round this time, Tony.
All right, I got one. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 is out, and it's very
awesome.
expensive.
Are you in for it? Are you past the
Man,
fold screen
It.
hesitation now?
Let me tell you,
It's rated for 500,000 folds now, up from 250,000.
man, this is the closest I've ever got to thinking maybe I want to switch back over to Android because this thing looks awesome.
I don't know.
The only 2 complaints I have for this is
Look at that. You can even see the bend in this main picture.
well, that's
you can
just
see
because of the light.
Yeah, that bugs. Sorry.
I think I'd get used to it. I don't think it'd be a problem after like a week. But my 2 complaints after reading up on all of these is the price, $2,000 for a phone.
Holy moly.
That is
Yeah.
really
Plus-
good gaming laptop territory right there.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy expensive.
How much is the most expensive iPhone though right now? After you got to get Apple Care.
Oh, I don't know, like 1,600, 1,500.
If
But
you
that's
get
like the top tier storage and
Yeah, this is
I
starts
wouldn't-
at 2,000
Yeah.
for the base storage.
before you even put anything else.
Yeah.
on the.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I'm not a huge fan of is Samsung did not go with the new silicon batteries or whatever the new battery tech is.
silicon carbide. I
Silicon
think?
carbine, carbon. But anyway, there's a new battery that a lot of the high-end mobile device makers are going with that has a much better, or at least a better energy density. So as a result, the battery on this is 4,400 milliamp hours, I
That
think.
is low for a folding phone.
Yeah, which is, but the reason for that is this thing is thin, super duper thin. So if they'd have gone with a silicon carbide battery or whatever the one is that my brain can't think of right now, then they probably could have got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in there or plus, more than that. And I think it would have made a big difference. But Samsung's really gun shy on new battery tech ever since the Note fiasco.
$2,000, man. I want a battery that lasts all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, yeah, it looks super nice. If money was no object, yeah, I'd get one for sure.
You'd go for it.
Oh yeah, it looks
Oh,
awesome.
man.
All right,
I'm looking at the new. My lightning round. Do I get my lightning round?
Sure,
Okay.
do it.
it's phone related as well. Google just leaned into it.
Wait, Jaron, can he talk a little bit? Are you okay with that?
I was supposed to be next, but whatever.
I thought I was next.
We're going from top to bottom.
I didn't.
I'm always on the bottom. No, top. I'm always on the top.
Owen's got a related article, so it flows.
Yeah, the Google and mine really is just a lightning round because Google got their phones started getting leaked, the Pixel 10, and so they just said, "Fine, here you go." They just put it out. They just
Well, they put out
just showed it.
images.
Yeah,
The
they just showed a picture.
The actual event is set for August 20th.
Yeah, so they
It's like
they
a
started
month early. That's
which
That's-
I used to get all like up in arms about. Oh, how did this get leaked? How could this happen? But I believe it's part of a system now.
feels like it.
I've realized that it's part of a. You get the phone announced, and then all of a sudden it gets leaked.
That's how they
and
built
then,
the hype train.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh man, it's leaked. Who would have done this?" Okay, here it is, and then all of a sudden it's hyped up, and you come to the event, and you never get enough details from the leaks to make you be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like that phone." And if you do, then it hits the news as massive data breach. Like
You're right.
all of a sudden it's a data breach and not a leak. So. Anyway, that's the new one coming out. Pixel. They just leaned into it. It's not in my story list, but I'll put it there later.
Yep.
Why don't you go, Lando? By all means.
Sweet. I have something about clocks and time. I thought was
Yep.
interesting.
I like
So
how you
guys
did that
know
with
there's a
no
bunch of,
shame.
what?
I just said I like how you just rolled into that, even though he was being sarcastic with no shame. I
That's
appreciate that.
The Lando way.
Yep.
That's the Lando way. I'm gonna go
I don't
for
care.
it. So you guys know there's a bunch of atomic clocks around the world that
Nuclear.
count the number. I guess they have atoms held in vacuum chambers, and they count the oscillations of those atoms to
Yep.
keep time to the utmost degree. Like it's super duper accurate, right? And that's what feeds the C coordinated universal time, UTC. It's a big deal keeping track of time, right? A lot of people do that, and generally speaking, over the past 75-ish years or so since 1972, generally speaking, the Earth has been slower, and because of that, we had to do what we call a leap second, right? We got to jump the universal clock ahead a second. But recently, the Earth's been spinning faster, and right now,
China.
scientists
Thanks,
are talking
China.
about maybe we got to
damn.
do a
It's a damn shame.
negative leap second. So instead of leaping forward a second, we have to leap backwards a second to adjust time, which is something we've never ever had to do before. So I thought that was actually pretty interesting on the science front of things. A couple of the
Yeah.
reasons why they're thinking why the Earth's starting to spin faster, and we're not talking like huge differences here. Like 1.6 milliseconds is all, like not a ton of time.
But if you're an
but they're saying
atomic
the
clock
melting-
enthusiast,
Yeah, the melting glaciers and melting ice caps are causing the
Right.
Earth to change the way it spins.
Yeah.
so like you think of like a dancer and all the weight when they pull their body down,
Exactly.
Yep.
it puts that centrifugal force more in the middle, which causes more spin.
Yep. So anyway, there's my lightning round. I thought it was interesting. We might have to
Nice.
do a negative leap second.
All right, Jaron.
All right.
Do-
Microsoft continues their brown streak of crap lately.
And that's all we have, folks. Let's roll out,
And-
Tony.
Patreon. For those of you who like what we do,
They suddenly killed their movies and TV
You can give us a
store
digital
without
tip.
really any warning or anything. Suddenly, it's just dead. Usually, companies they'll give time,
At least like
These guys just rip the
6
Band-Aid.
months announcement. In 6
Yeah.
months we're winding this down.
and
blah,
the,
blah, blah.
and if it's like content, they'll typically give you a way to watch that, to download it or whatever, so you can
Yeah.
actually
Keep it, 'cause you
keep
paid
it
for
in
it.
some way.
Yeah.
No, they just decided one day that to kill the apps, you can still watch movies momentarily, but if you have a big library on any Microsoft platform, sorry,
Yeah.
Microsoft just blows
Like,
in every single way
they're like-
possible, and
They're
I
like,
hope
we don't want to.
that
We don't want to
company
hear them
goes
complain.
bankrupt.
They won't. They just like, and they they just went. We don't want to deal with the complaining. Like if we give them the 6-month cooldown, they're going to be a petition, and there's going to be a somebody's going to try and sue us, and no, I want my no.
They just want to invest more in AI. AI everything, just
Yep.
AI this, AI that. That's
Copilot.
all they care about. And last but not least,
Whoa, you're doing 2 lightning rounds.
You
this
huh?
is
can't
why,
do
This is why I
that.
baited
That's
Lando to go
cheating.
before me.
This
Anyway,
is okay because I do
I'm
this
not
too.
Uncharted
What's
is
about to
back,
happen?
baby. Uncharted.
Sure it is.
Uncharted
I thought
is
that
back.
Wait, this is not
video
the game
game.
show.
No, Uncharted's back.
This is a Subaru EV
Uncharted.
called
Subaru Uncharted. Yes, I must own this car. I must own 3 of them.
Does it have
it's
like
an
a
EV,
hidden? Ooh.
and has two versions, 300 miles of range for front-wheel drive, and it has a four-wheel drive, slightly less range at 290 miles. Comes out next year. It looks decent. It looks Subaru, but it's called Uncharted.
Do you think it has hidden like a hidden embossed area or sticker of like Nathan Drake somewhere?
I wonder if I can get one for free.
Doesn't Jeep do that? Doesn't Jeep do that where they hide something somewhere on the car?
I think a lot of car manufacturers, when they have their flagship vehicle, will put little hints and things, Easter eggs on panels and things. But
I think they have a name. Yeah.
I'm glad I
All
did
right.
that story after Microsoft. I feel happy now.
you feel good about that Subaru?
Yeah,
All right.
I like it.
That steering wheel looks stupid.
It does, but it's called Uncharted.
I like
That's all
that
that
center.
matters, Tony.
I kind of like the center console though. I do kind of like that.
Yeah.
That looks pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, so they have Jeeps do the animal design. So various models have hidden animals. That's what these guys need to do. Subaru needs to put a hidden Nathan Drake up in there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of the show. We got to get out of here. 'cause
Patreon.
Jaren's getting a little too excited. Patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. Lando, tell us about it.
So there's a number of perks and benefits you have if you subscribe to our Patreon. If you so choose. I'm having a hard time talking. So a Patreon is a way for you to give it back to us. Give us some of your dollary dues to say, hey, thanks for doing what you do. Right? We do the show every week for you. We don't mind not getting paid. In fact, we don't care at all. We like what we do. We do it for us, really. And the fact that you listen is just an added benefit. So thank you for doing that. If you appreciate what we do, you can donate some dollary dues via Patreon. And if you do, we'll give back something to you. We got a few different perks to go over real quick. For $1, which is a great value, like for sure the best deal in the book. For $1, you get access to the super secret Discord, which pings my phone anytime you want it to. I tend to always respond. Sometimes I don't, but usually I do. Either way, it pings my phone, and I always see it. You also get both shows ad-free early than anybody else. So if you want to listen to the show sooner, give us $1, and it's yours. You also get access to the in-between show, right? So for those of you who don't know, we record both shows at once. And because we do it all at once, and back-to-back, we have a section in between the two shows that we call the in-between. An additional bonus show for only you Patreon listeners. It's awesome. So highly recommend that. We actually have a new perk. If you are I'm going to throw in the $1. I don't care. It's going to go in the $1. Owen GPT. If you're a $1,
What?
You think you're worth more than $1, Owen?
I think what's our second tier, Tony?
We can throw in the second tier. We can talk about this.
$2.50 or $3 or something like that.
Yeah.
$3 for Owen GPT.
You gotta have
If you
$3
subscribe to
to
the $3
access.
tier, you get access to the Owen GPT.
You gotta have $3 to access a stream of consciousness.
And boy, howdy, is it going to be great. So please subscribe to that. If you're a $6 subscriber, you get access to everything in the lower tiers, plus a shout out in the air, which Jaren reads out every week. And lots of our listeners use it to let Jaren say whatever they want him to say. Some use it for advertising. Some use it for funny bits. Some just want him to say his name, and that's great too. Either way, we appreciate you, and we thank you for all of your time and all of your money. Thank you.
Jaren, you're muted, pal.
Way to go.
I didn't do that.
You missed
did
the
that.
ball there,
Yeah,
dude.
you did.
Big
Nobody else did.
thank you to David Broshinsky, Interrupting Cow, Aaron Faulkner, Connor Keesaw, and Not Timon. Seriously. Thank you to Fourth Dimension Craft on Instagram for all your laser engraving needs. My food choices are not on trial here. Jason Eatman, Lambo, at no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Yeah, that's true.
Burninated Peasant, Beat the 8-year-old, I'm just here for Owen's stories. I'm here for a content, not a nice tight pod. 10 Tiny Techies, Tweak Tangled Transistor Tower, tirelessly Tony Trips, tossing 10 terabytes of tacos at the internet. Terminal. Did I say internet? Who turned off my camera? What the heck?
That
Freak.
have been you, man.
I didn't mute myself. Tony.
Yeah,
Is
you
that a-
did.
Dude,
No,
You
I
coughed.
did-
I saw you do it.
I thought that was a Patreon.
What is
Subscriber
even
who turned off
going
my
on?
camera?
Who turned off my camera?
Oh, he's back.
Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle, thank you. TTBS.
Time to butt stuff.
Yeah, that's time to butt stuff, guys. Garigarumas, Tony the Excel and Power Apps Nerd, Pyman Graphics, purveyor of fine geeky stickers, Curse Gengar 94, Keslo, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, the in-between rating 290. Why come you don't have a tattoo? That's what it says. DP, making slap documentaries for Twyman. Wesley, a 4.2 trillion market cap sure buys a lot of black leather jackets.
That's NVIDIA right there.
Stuart Lloyd, Oliver Closeoff. It takes way more than $6 to get Jaron to say the C word. Don't let Lando convince you otherwise.
All right. Thank you so much, Patreon backers. You are awesome. And thank you, listener, for downloading us and making it to the end. We appreciate you. We'll see you in Arcade or the in-between, or just next week on Helpdesk. Until then, Lando, take us out.
That's a wrap on today's chaos. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you left, learned, or just killed some time, we did our job. Don't forget to hit follow, tell a friend, and as always, be an end user. Catch you next time.
Thanks, Lando GPT.